Hello, welcome to this, your daily briefing. A little bit of housekeeping just before we get going. This whole YouTube thing is very new to me, so you'll forgive me for not having kind of properly fleshed out the channel yet. We've got some artwork up now, and I've started using the community function. And this will basically just give us a feed of, I think the most accurate way to describe it is other stuff. So there goes the dog. And so artwork, memes, silly stuff, polls, occasional articles, and just anything else that kind of adds to that footballing vibe. You know, it's just a nice thing opposed to somebody trying to sell you something or just spamming you or begging or anything like that. So also in the pipeline, and the pipeline, my pipelines don't have any blockages. We've got podcasts coming as well. This is nothing really that new in the respect that I've been doing the occasional ones with the token bird. Those will be coming back. We'll be doing those every now and again, and also bringing you live from a maximum security rest home, the legendary one Dave Mackay, who was my old mucker when we did the Hotspurs half hours. Those got very good listening figures. And the only problem with those is that it does sound a little bit like the shipping forecast when he's talking. But apart from that, you know, we're all good. So today there isn't a lot about. So this may be, you know, comparatively brief, unless my mind goes. Gary Lineker, yeah, the manager hunt. That's not over. There you go, breaking news. So Gary Lineker has tweeted, Nuno Espirito Santos becomes the 483rd person to turn down the Spurs official job. I'm working with somebody who actually would love the job and loves the club. Jurgen Klinsmann would be a great fit, charismatic, knowledgeable, experienced, a former player and a fan's favourite. Listen, it's a nice idea in principle. I think it would be easier just to, like with him, like players like him and Ginola and Gaza or whatever, we just give them some class of honorary key to the stadium or key to the city sort of thing, and just dispense with that so we can show our affection without having to kind of, put the club back another 20 years. Chris Beresford at CN Beresford, and an absolute disaster at both Bayern and Hertha. Other than that, you are right, Gary. It would be like giving Gaza the job. Joey at CFC. Have you seen his club managerial career? It's nothing short of failure, and for that reason I agree he would be a perfect fit for Spurs. I never know with Lineker if I think he's through the looking glass in many respects, but I never know if he's actually just trolling or not. Kieran at N17. We loved Jurgen as a player, but his record as a club manager was pretty brief and, to put it kindly, horrendous. I think that's very accurate, to put it mildly. And finally, Mike Howells, or at Mike Was Taken, and this gentleman is clearly a gooner. He's everything an Arsenal fan would want in a Spurs manager. Yeah, I mean, beyond Ryan Mason, I think that possibly that Jurgen can make a massive fist of this. So the solution is clear, and we're now awaiting to appoint Mike Bassett England manager. It's the only feasible name that's still out there. I've got for you here is pinch of salt time. A couple of prospective things. Obviously, there might be leaked team sheets for the England game this evening, and I think that game, where obviously Harry Kane is tipped to start, it has determined the output of the news today in terms of what there is to discuss, and it's kind of compressed everything. So David Ornstein says Bukayo Saka expected to start for England, last 16 tie versus Germany, along with Sterling, Kane, Mount, Grealish and Foden Sterling behind Kane, with Mount, Grealish and Foden set to be on the bench, anticipated to go 3-5-2. And a source that wishes to remain nameless has told me it's Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Trippier, Shaw, Rice, Phillips, Sterling, Kane, Foden. So we'll see who wins that. Damning news has emerged ahead of the game. The fans have been fuming that the band, you know, those people with the brass instruments that go do 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 and all that business. Apparently, they're going to be in attendance at Wembley tonight. I tell you something. The original soundtrack to The Italian Job, the 1968 film. The Scaffold, I think it was, did the Self-Preservation Society. And they should just blast that out as the teams go out, blast it out full time, half times, restart, and then at the end of the game. And that would do me fine. But it's just desperate, absolutely desperate. And, you know, bring back the vuvuzelas. Tidbit of news, it's emerged that Tottenham have no option to re-sign Gareth Bale. Who wants him back? Best will in the world. He's scored goals against pub sides, but he's £325,000 a week, and it's just ridiculous. There's a new boss in town, obviously, at Real Madrid, so he should find himself rehomed. Or maybe he's going to have an excuse and he doesn't like Carlo Ancelotti either. There's problems there. I think there's a lot more to Gareth Bale than meets the eye in terms of when he feels like playing. Harry Kane, this is potentially a very big game because England are by no means favourites to succeed this evening. That's a statement of fact rather than jaundiced opinion. Kane has got, I just did a tiny bit of homework on this just to kind of, and Kane's got 34 England goals to his name from 54 appearances. And he's appeared at every level from youth, when he started back in 2015, aged 21 years of age. But 34 out of 54 sounds good, and it is good. However, those goals have been coming a little more sparsely over time for England than they used to. His last goal was back in January, February, March of this year, and that was against Poland when we beat them 2-1 on the 31st of March. But his real form for scoring for England goes back to like 2017, 2018, and those were the heydays. So I just don't know. I wish him well. I just hope that he can kind of come alive in tonight's game because he's had dreadful service. And my big fear is that Southgate doesn't understand how Harry Kane operates and how much more of a sophisticated player he became under Mourinho. Now, you might not like Mourinho, I don't know, and I trust me, I genuinely don't care. But Mourinho brought out facets to his game that we hadn't seen before. And, Harry should really be getting better service than he has. That's it all for today. If you like it, hit like. If you want to get more of it, hit subscribe. And if you never want to see me again, you came to me, so you're in charge of that. Good luck. Keep it on.